Hello, this video is about making soup. I have this in my book and in my course, and I want to put my money where my mouth is and show you exactly what I do. It's actually quite simple, and we'll go through it step by step. First of all, at the beginning here, I'm going to show you the ingredients, and then I'll break away and do the chopping. So we start off with a large pumpkin, some regular russet potatoes, a bag of carrots, and there'll be about one stick of butter and some bouillon cubes. Now these can be beef bouillon cubes, or if you're vegetarian you can find your own sources of vegetarian bouillon that you like. So one update, chop the potatoes into about thumb-sized pieces, and I'm going to put those into the pot that we're going to boil in, and then we'll continue with the other vegetables. Next, we cut the carrots. After scraping them clean, we cut them into size pieces about the size of your thumb again. For the larger cross sections, then I cut them also the long way so that they have time to cook evenly. So basically you just want to make sure that they're all going to boil and cook at about the same rate. Carrots are a little bit harder, take a little bit more time to cook than the potato. So we try to make these just a little bit smaller. A quick update on the cutting of the pumpkin. So here we have the pumpkin already pre-cut, and I usually follow these grooves on the pumpkin to make a wedge slice. Okay, when you have a wedge slice like this, then it's quite easy to clean it out and to cut away the skin. To cut up the piece once we make the wedge. So we've got the stuff on the inside that we don't want. We just take the knife and just roll it out, and I just go directly into my garbage bag so I don't have to rehandle it. And it just rolls out like that. And then when we get that taken out, we're left with a wedge like this. Okay. And all we're going to do now is just cut it into pieces that are going to be the right size to go into the pot that match the carrots and the potatoes that we already cut. Okay, very good. So now we have pieces like this, and we're just going to cut the skin off. Just cut back 1/8 inch or so. You're just left with this little piece. We try to cut close just to get more yield, no problem. And repeating that same thing over and over again. We have all the veggies cut, and I just put them in the pot and mix them up a bit. And we're going to add hot water. So I have the hot water, and we're going to pour it until it just goes full to the top. And if I don't have enough, I will top it up again with a little bit more, but it looks like about right. We have boiled the pot for about 10 minutes. This is what it looks like. And the pumpkin is very soft, and the potatoes are also soft. The carrot's just a little bit crunchy, but it's going to be okay. What I'm going to do is turn off the heat now, let that cool down just a little bit, and next we're going to put it into a blender, and we set up our blender over here. And we just have a normal blender, and we're going to use a ladle out the soup, the water, and the pieces of veggie, and we'll blend them together to make a puree, and that's going to be the base of our soup. Hello again. So we waited about a good half hour to cool down the pot right now, so I'm going to open that up. And we are going to blend. We're going to use just a normal blender and a ladle. We transfer over the water and the veggies together, and I will do that, and then I'll show you one cycle of the blending. Okay, you see that the blended material, the material prior to blending starts to break down already. The pumpkin is already starting to break apart because during the cool down it actually keeps cooking a bit. So now we're over here, we have our blender. And it's going to be a little bit loud, and if it's too loud I will just cut out the sound for this part of the video. So after blending, you can take a look. It's got a thick, tight texture. It's just nice for the soup. I'm using this pan, just pot, sorry, for just holding until we finish all the blending. Then we're going to put it back in the main pot, and we're going to reheat one more time to put in our seasonings. Okay, we have the last batch of blended material. We're going to put that back into the main pot and also transfer from the intermediate pot. So we're going to put this back on the heat, and when it comes back to a boil, I'll make another clip to finish off the seasoning. While that's coming to a boil, I'm going to add in the bouillon cubes. And for you vegetarians, you can find some other type of bouillon rather than beef bouillon that is good for you. So I chop it into little pieces with a knife, because it just makes it quicker to dissolve. And also with the butter, we'll put in about maybe about half of what I showed at the beginning, maybe around half a stick. And then we will mix that with the spatula and give it a taste. We want to bring it back to a full boil just because we've handled it, and for hygienic purposes we want to make sure everything is perfectly clean, and then the storage won't be any problem. We're going to stir that up enough to get that bouillon dissolved. Then we'll see what the salt level is. The pumpkin is naturally sweet, so you don't have to add any sugar. So just do a little taste test. Okay, it's coming along. Talk to you in a few minutes. Okay folks, we are almost done here, and what I'm going to do now is just add some pepper. Now how much pepper you want to add is all up to you, but I'll add some pepper and then stir it in and then take another test. And then when it gets to be nearer to a boil, it's going to start to bump a little bit, then you can just turn off the heat and then let it cool in the pot. Okay folks, we are done, and this is what it looks like when the pot starts to bump a little bit. That's the little bubbles that are boiling that's coming up. Just wanted to show you that to make sure you understand, you really want to boil it all completely one more time. Okay, and the final product. I'm not good at presentation. You guys know that I'm a PhD engineer. I have the soup in the bowl and put some cranberries in the middle for artistic color. So there you go. Look forward to hearing you guys make it yourself. Give me some feedback. Thanks. Subscribe and like. Bye-bye.